Okay, imagine this. You have to perform open heart surgery on a patient while they're running a marathon. Sounds impossible, right? Well, that's pretty much what it's like to replace a company's core technology. It is, without a doubt, one of the most complex, expensive, and high-risk procedures in the entire corporate world.
So, that's the big question, isn't it? How on earth do you pull off this incredible feat of engineering, of management, and just sheer willpower without the entire business grinding to a catastrophic halt? Let's get into it.
All right, so let's meet our patient. In this scenario, it's an insurance company. And the heart we're talking about is something called a Policy Administration System, or PAS for short. Now, let me be clear, this is not just some background software. This is the operational core, the digital brain and heart that handles literally everything: quoting, billing, issuing policies, the whole shebang.
Which brings up a really good question. If the surgery is so incredibly risky, why would anyone even bother? Well, like any major procedure, it all starts with a diagnosis. See, the old heart, this legacy system, it's usually decades old. It's clunky, it's expensive to maintain, and it causes all sorts of operational friction. But worst of all, it's slow. And in today's fast-moving market, being unable to launch new products quickly, that's basically a death sentence. Eventually, the pain just becomes too great to ignore. So, the diagnosis is in. It's time to replace the heart. Now, you need a plan. And we are not talking about a simple checklist here. For a transformation of this scale, you need a meticulous, multi-year surgical plan broken down into highly structured phases.
The plan moves logically, right? You start with high-level strategy and design, then you get into the real nitty-gritty of building and testing the new system. After that comes the absolutely critical deployment phase, where you have to get the entire business ready for the change. And finally, you have to make sure the new heart is actually delivering the value you expected. And here's the key. At the end of each of these phases, there's a formal stage gate, a moment where top executives have to give a very clear go or no-go to proceed. Okay, so that's the what. We've got our plan. But now we need to talk about the who. Who is actually in the operating room? Well, to execute a plan this complex, you need an elite surgical team with almost military-grade precision. And that, my friends, is where governance comes in.
And this isn't about boring meetings and reports, you guys. This structure, it's the mission control for the entire operation. It's the one thing that keeps a project of this size from spiraling into total chaos, making sure that every single decision, every risk, and every dollar is tightly managed. And this is where that whole surgical analogy gets really cool. Think about it. The executive steering committee, they're your lead surgeons, making the final life or death calls. The transformation management office is like the surgical support team, keeping everything on track day to day. You've got the design authority, who's kind of like the chief anesthesiologist, making sure the patient, the whole system, remains stable. And then you have the workstream leads, who are your specialist surgeons, each an expert in one specific part of the operation, whether it's data or training or something else. All right, the team is prepped. The plan is locked in. Now, it's time for the procedure itself. We're talking about the most technically difficult and highest risk moments of the entire transformation, where every single detail matters. And you know, out of all the incredible challenges, one thing stands head and shoulders above the rest as the most dangerous part: migrating the data. This is the moment you move the company's lifeblood, decades of policy info, customer history, financial records, from the old heart to the new one. One wrong move here, and critical data could be lost forever. And when it comes to the really critical financial data, we're talking about things like premiums and reserves. The tolerance for error is absolute zero. The reconciliation between the old system and the new one has to be perfect. Not 99.99%, 100%. It's just a staggering technical challenge. But the risks don't just stop with the data. Oh no. You need a recovery plan for the patient. That's managing the people side of things with tons of training and communication. You have to conduct multiple dress rehearsals of the data migration to make absolutely sure everything is stable. And even after the system goes live, you're not done. You need a 90-day hypercare period. Basically, intensive post-op monitoring with a 24/7 support team ready for any emergency. So somehow, the team pulls it off. The new heart is in, the patient is stable, the surgery is complete. But here's the real question. Was it a success? See, the real finish line isn't the day you flip the switch. Not even close. True success is measured for months, even years after the fact, by meticulously tracking key performance indicators, or KPIs. This is how you prove the surgery didn't just fix a problem, but that it actually created a real, long-term business advantage.
And this chart right here just brilliantly illustrates the impact. Before this whole transformation, it took the company an average of 15 days to issue a new policy. 15 days! After, just 2 days. I mean, that's not just a little tweak. It is a complete game changer in their ability to do business. A massive win.
And that's just one vital sign, right? The team is also tracking a bunch of other things. The straight-through processing rate, basically what percentage of tasks now get done automatically. They're looking at speed to market for new products, customer satisfaction scores, and, this one's critical, the user adoption rate. Are employees actually using the new system? All of these together paint a complete picture of the company's new, much healthier state.
So let's wrap this up. The surgery, by all accounts, was a massive success. A modern, efficiently beating heart now powers the entire organization, making it faster and more competitive. But it does leave us with one final big thought. In a business world that is defined by constant technological change, is the patient ever truly cured? Or are they just better prepared for the next marathon?